Well, a walk later this month brings awareness around suicide. It's a topic that can sometimes be difficult to talk about. The Out of the Darkness Walk is being hosted at Iowa State. It's next Saturday. So it's a chance for young people to come together to talk about this topic and be around other people who might want to discuss it as well. I'm joined by Michelle Rowling, the Assistant Director of Outreach Student Counseling Services at Iowa State, as well as Jeffrey Nelson. He's also at Iowa State as a Suicide Prevention Coordinator at the Student Counseling Services. So you both are at Iowa State, and let's start with you, Jeffrey. Just tell me a little bit about the walk. What can we expect next week?
Absolutely. The walk is happening next Saturday on the South Campanile Lawn at Iowa State University. And it's really a partnership between the university and the community to raise awareness around suicide, to have difficult conversations around mental health, to really change the culture, decrease stigma, increase help-seeking behavior. And so we really are walking in solidarity in our connections around this health issue towards increasing change, obviously raising money to support research, advocacy, and education. So next week, come join us.
Absolutely. Let's talk, Michelle. We're talking about just that it is at the Iowa State campus, and we are sadly seeing just more young people affected by mental health issues, affected by suicide. What are some of the things you're seeing, and what can be done to prevent that?
Absolutely. I think it's important for us to realize that every age group and demographic struggles with suicidality, and that rates are staying consistent, if not becoming more challenging. I think some of the really prominent statistics demonstrate how important it is when we're losing one life in this country every 11 minutes. And there is always hope, and there is always intervention, and we just need people to reach out and ask for help.
That can be, you say the words and you can hear it, but when you're in the midst of something, sometimes that's really hard to remember. So having that conversation, do you find that it's easier for people to talk about their mental health, to talk about something that can be really scary?
It's never easy, and there are so many ways to be trained. There are free trainings throughout Iowa, whether you go through a mental health first aid or a QPR training, or utilize some of the services at the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. And that's who we're partnering for this event next Saturday. And it is important to go to those events and pick up the little cards that tell you what to ask.
Because the hope that's there, we can all be that person for someone else in their life.
Absolutely.
As far as then the fundraising part, because not just gathering and walking, raising awareness, but this is a fundraiser. How can people get involved?
Absolutely. They can go to the afsp.org and go to the Out of Darkness Walk, to the Iowa State page, or just Google Iowa State University Out of the Darkness Walk, and from there they'll be able to click on the link and find ways to either donate or to sign up to volunteer. We're looking for volunteers. It's a pretty large event that we're hosting, or also just to participate. And registration is free. So yes, it is a fundraiser, but it's also about bringing presence and awareness. And so just by someone being there and what ways that's meaningful for them is so important as well.
That impact, you just never know, just by having this walk, showing up to this walk, the impact that it can have on other people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, we know statistically for every life lost, 106.
There's 151 on average folks die each day by suicide. Each year there's 11.7 million adults who seriously think about suicide, and 1.7 million adults make a suicide attempt. So
well, this is making a difference and having that impact, so hopefully it won't be something that we have to talk about again. One of the resources you did talk about that are out there, we want to make sure to put up this information for the Suicide Prevention Hotline. We're also talking about the Out of the Darkness event. There it is. If you have, you can call or text 988. 988. Very important information. Jeffrey, Michelle, thanks for joining us.